Hey everyone, welcome back to another awesome Hostfully webinar. We are super excited to be joined by some great partners over at RedAwning today. They're going to share some really awesome info. We'll wait for some people to shuffle in the room, and as we're waiting, just want to point out a couple things. You'll notice on the bottom right of your screen, you got a few tabs to work with. One of them is the questions tab, and here we want to hear everything from comments, questions, anything you guys got, because we can't actually see you or hear you. So if you could interact with us, that'll be awesome. We want to know who we're talking to so we can gear this the best we can towards you guys. And on top of that, we just want to know a little bit about who you guys are, where you're from, how many properties. So we're going to be popping up a few polls here, again, just to know who we're talking to, how we can make this webinar as the best as possible so you guys get the most out of it. So I think we have a couple more here. And I know they kind of pop up fast, but this does help us out a lot, so we'd appreciate it. And then one other thing I want to mention to you guys, I'm going to activate some emojis here. You'll see those pop up. So let us know how you're doing today. You having a good day? An okay day? Any reactions throughout the presentation? Let us know what you like. And yeah, it should be a really good time. Super interesting and informative, of course. All right. Awesome, guys. Awesome. Well, I think we can just kind of jump into a little bit and get going. Some people may join. Again, we'll be recording this, so we'll send that to everyone after this. But let's jump into it. Like I mentioned, we are joined by some awesome partners at RedAwning. Today we have Barbara Kendrick. She's the VP of Business Development over at RedAwning. Dan Nilsson, he's a VP / General Manager for Property Owners, as well as Travis Peterson, Senior Director of Account Operations, and Susan Phobes too. Apologies, I don't remember your title, Susan, but she's awesome. She's going to be on the back end too, answering any questions. So again, guys, interact with us as much as possible. And myself, I'm Mitch Foster. I'm our partnerships and integrations guy over here at Hostfully, and I'm joined by my awesome colleague, Kelly Brown, one of the best business development reps in the game. So again, she'll be helping answering questions, and we can reach out. You guys can reach out to her after the fact if you have any Hostfully questions. And so, just to give you a brief background about Hostfully, what we are is we help vacation rental managers basically make more revenue and provide a better experience for their guests. And we have two platforms. The first being our property management platform. This is where you can really automate, manage your whole operations from your guest flow, their booking. We have a unique booking pipeline where you can really see where your guests are throughout the whole stage, from signing an agreement to paying your down payments, any charges that you might want up front. That is an awesome feature in our platform, as well as our unified inbox. It's pretty standard around the industry to have a unified inbox, but we have awesome features for texting aside from your direct messaging within platforms. And we also have WhatsApp too, so that's been a really awesome feature to roll out. We've gotten a lot of good feedback about that. On top of that, we have a really awesome templates and triggers. Like I mentioned before, being able to set a lot of automations is huge, especially for businesses like ours. And we also offer a direct booking website, payment processor, reports, analytics, a ton more. And complementing that is our digital guidebooks. Basically, what our digital guidebooks are going to do is help you increase your guest experience. Your guests are going to know how to get to your property, how to access it, how to use everything throughout the property. And you can put pictures and videos throughout the entire guidebook. So really, it's just going to cut down a ton of communication. Your guests are going to love the way it looks. It looks really professional. And you can even do upselling on there, whether that's providing groceries upon site, mid-stay cleans, whatever you would want to come up with, you can use that and do upsells in our guidebooks. And as well as collect guest emails. That's a great way to remarket, get repeat bookings in the future, especially onto your direct booking website. So all in all, really just helping the guest experience there. And we are super proud of our both platforms, but just touching on our PMP here, we've won multiple awards for it. One being the Keystone, and one of the judges for that, Terry White, said that Hostfully is one of the best softwares he has ever seen. Not period, exclamation mark. So that's pretty high regards from Terry over there. Been nominated for some others, won the Shorties last year. So all in all, I feel like we're doing pretty good work over here, and we're always listening to our customers, seeing what features they want, what's going to help them grow. And just touching on our guidebooks a little bit, we've won awards for this as well. But I think this is even more important here from one of our great longtime customers, Erica Velasquez. She says, I'm totally blown away by the guidebook platform. Talks about how much time it saved, how professional it looks. So if you guys have any questions about the guidebooks, the property management platform, like I said, we'll send you Kelly's contact after this. She'll be able to run you through some examples, run you through any demos, really answer any questions you might have. Now, if you already have both of those covered, that's totally fine. At Hostfully, we do more than just provide products. We provide information, education on how you guys can scale your business and grow with us. And we want to help you do that. So we have tons of blogs, educational resources on our website. Right here, we do a hospitality industry survey across the whole short-term rental industry. We do that every year. We had a really good report last year, so definitely interesting to check out. Even though it's getting close to the middle of the year, still super relevant. So we love to grow with you guys, and that's kind of the reason why we're putting on this webinar today too. So that's enough about Hostfully. I'd love to turn it over to my friends over at RedAwning. Let them take it away and go from there. So go ahead, you guys.
Perfect. Thanks, Mitch. Appreciate it. And Kelly, my name is Dan Nilsson. I'm going to be taking us through the start of this presentation and conversation from the RedAwning side, and then handing it over to some of my teammates to take us through some of the details. I wanted to thank and welcome everyone to the call. We're glad you could join us today. Today's topic is how property managers and property owners can scale their business. When we talk about scale, we're talking about the efficiency and ability to lean into technology and data to accomplish more while maintaining or increasing profitability. On today's call, we're going to get in and share how the combined effort and resources of Hostfully and RedAwning can help you accomplish more with less effort. We're going to take you through our one contract, one connection, one solution, one marketing, and one commission model, and finish up with sharing our promotion, which highlights the partnership with Hostfully. Please use the chat feature to ask any questions along the way, but we'll also finish up with a Q&A session at the end. First thing I want to cover is a little bit about RedAwning's background. We were founded in 2010 by our CEO, Tim Choate, and his partner, our CTO, Lance Nelson. We were the first professional partner to Airbnb. We were the first instant booking partner with VRBO. We were the first large-scale U.S. partner to Booking.com, and the first direct partner with Google Travel. We've serviced over 2 million guests and currently have over 1,000 clients and representing 25,000 plus properties. So really trying to just set this up with a little bit of credibility on the RedAwning side. We're not new to the game, and we have great relationships with all of our partners and clients. At this point, I'm going to hand it over to Barbara, who's going to take us through the next few slides on our presentation today.
All right, thanks, Dan. I'm Barbara Kendrick. I am the VP of sales, and I am ready to go over some fun stuff. Not that what Dan was going over wasn't fun. That was great stuff too. But let's get into what RedAwning can do for you. So let's start off with one contract. So partnering with RedAwning makes running your short-term vacation rental business easier. So with one contract with RedAwning, that is the only way to get priority access to every channel with no specific contract, which actually helps you all out. It saves time and work for hosts and property managers who would otherwise have to reach out to each channel and individually contract with them. Manage your listings on each channel by a channel basis. Manage and listing your performance. Also reconciling for each channel. Reporting no-shows and customer issues. So one contract with RedAwning can assist you with all of those headaches. We serve every type of customer and every type of property. And I think that is especially important today when there's so many different type of properties that are, coming up unique, like yurts and glamping tents. I can go on and on, tree houses. And there's this huge potato, if anybody's seen that you can even stay in. I didn't even know a potato could get that big, but we have individual hosts with one property to large property managers like Vail Resorts with hundreds. And like I said, we cater to vacation homes, cabins, condos, apartments. We also work with specific room types. So you're not stuck to key level. We also can work with rep level and clusters. So we put every property and every type in front of every guest on every channel. So one connection gives you instant distribution everywhere guests shop for travel. And that makes your life a lot easier. One connection with RedAwning, we get you on all channels. We get every single one of your properties in front of every guest, and we provide 100% visibility on all short-term rental shoppers. So one API connection, and this is important because a lot of, should we say, channel managers will say, hey, I'll get you on a specific channel, but they don't have a direct API connection. And they're actually white labeling somebody else's connection to get you on that channel. So there could be issues. We actually have a direct API to every major channel with one single integrated system. RedAwning connects host and property managers to all the major distribution channels. For example, Airbnb, VRBO, Booking.com, Expedia, Marriott Home and Villas, Home to Go, Hopper, just to name a few, and also their affiliates. There are about 40 smaller short-term rental partners that we do work with under our RedAwning affiliate umbrella. And one I like to mention is our Travel Pro Rentals. So I think it's super cool because there's about 20,000 travel agents that log into Travel Pro Rentals, and they create reservations from the inventory that we have in our system. So that's, just one small channel that is under our RedAwning affiliate that I think I should shout out that you couldn't get anywhere else unless you were with RedAwning. Okay, so with one solution means more revenue and less work for you. What we offer in RedAwning's exclusive partnership for property management companies and for hosts, because remember, we do cater to both. So whether you are an owner and you only own one property, or you're a property manager who has many properties or want to grow, we do assist both of you. And we have one solution, and it's called the RedAwning Exclusive Program. And what's included in that is a unique portal dashboard for each property, a Hostfully PMS integration via API. You have property listing development. So our team, our onboarding and account management team will assist in actually creating those listings for you and place them on all the channels. We'll send out a professional photographer to take pictures of all your properties. We will supply you with reporting and give you suggestions on how you should, perform on those channels. So performance management on all channels. It's totally up to you if you want to enroll in a promo, but we do offer those for you. Reservation management through our guest support and guest services team. We have 24/7 inquiry responses. And we also give $3,000 worth of damage protection for each booking that you get from regardless of the channel that it comes from. We handle all payment processing and credit card decline resolution, and we offer the universal trust accounting. So our marketing services covers validations, updates, and optimizations on every channel. We offer the comprehensive marketing solution that prioritizes your listing in search results on every channel. So like Dan mentioned earlier, we are, we are the first to get on Google Travel. We also offer you to be a premier host on VRBO right off the bat after onboarding. So we have these global connections corporate connections with these channels to get you higher ranking, and which would result in more revenue for your business. We also offer listing optimization, including headlines, description, amenities, photo quality, your rates, minimum stay, cancel policies, so on and so forth. So we connect directly to your property management system and pull this data so that we can update each channel. So no more submitting tickets with each account manager on each channel to, to change your photo or to change your description. It would all be seamlessly through your PMS, which would be Hostfully, and through RedAwning. We also have validation resolution on each channel. So if there is an issue on any channel, whether your photo is too small, for example, and we maybe need more photos, we have that within the portal that you can see your validations, errors, and what we can do to fix those. We have channel escalation capabilities due to our standing with the channels. So you would have an account manager here at RedAwning and a team here at RedAwning that would take care of those escalation issues, and we would make sure that we address them with you instead of you getting all of the messages and all the escalations from every single channel. We are the ones that are taking care of it for you and with you. And it's one voice from RedAwning that you will hear from. So this is probably my favorite topic to talk about. And usually it, commission, whose favorite topic is commission? Commission sucks, right? But with RedAwning, we only have one commission, and our one commission is inclusive of all fees and services across the channels. So what that means is with our 10% commission on booking and fees, and the only other fee is a 3% credit card fee, that means that you have no other commissions that you need to pay any other channels. So you can join RedAwning's exclusive program for just 10% commission and 3% credit card fees. And we do all of this work for you. Everything is included. And now we're working with Hostfully, so we can pay for your Hostfully PMS too. But we'll get to that a little bit later when we're talking about the promotion. But why not? When you make money, we make money. So we also offer with that commission is chargeback protection. So who wants to fight with the bank and take those calls of guests that say that they didn't show up and deal with all those chargebacks? We're the ones that deal with that for you. We actually absorb and we eat those chargebacks for you. We give you a bookable website. We send out a photographer, like I mentioned earlier, to take professional photographs for you. We have dynamic pricing to offer you through Price Labs. And you'll even get a marketing coordinator here that will assist you in a marketing plan, so we can help you out with your social media, feature you in newsletters, so on and so forth. And like I said earlier, we'll reimburse you for your Hostfully fee. So not only are you getting all the benefits of RedAwning, but who doesn't like free, right? So your Hostfully fee would be reimbursed. So basically, in a nutshell, RedAwning and Hostfully using us both means more revenue and less work. And to me, that sounds like a win-win. So with this partnership, we have, and I'm so excited that we joined forces, should I say. Too bad this isn't on May 4th, right? That would have been cool. We have joined forces to get this promotion out. And what is included in the promotion and the requirements is it's the annual Hostfully subscription sponsored by RedAwning. So Hostfully clients can join RedAwning, and RedAwning would pay for your Hostfully subscription, like I mentioned earlier. The promotion is for new RedAwning clients only. So if you are joining RedAwning exclusively and are not on RedAwning, then this is for you. You must sign a 1-year agreement with RedAwning. Like I said earlier, be an exclusive client. The Hostfully subscription will be reimbursed by us at RedAwning 30 days after going live on RedAwning. And you'll receive maximum results with 90% less work. So property managers and hosts can focus on hospitality and growing your company. So you can alleviate a lot of the work that your associates are doing with just managing your properties on these channels, and go out and buy more properties so we can help you out with those too. So use your gifts somewhere else instead of taking all of the nagging calls and updating listings on channels. So
yeah, this is I was just going to say how awesome of a promo this is, because I mean, Barb's already talked about how much time this saves people. And then you get the Hostfully platform on top too. And I mean, Kelly will send out an email after this to everyone. So if you guys are interested in taking advantage of that, we'll help walk you through that. Any questions you may have, feel free to ask any in the chat right now. But yeah, that's a super awesome promo.
Yeah, awesome. And we're excited to work with you guys on this. I am going to open up for questions right now. I think if I'm reading this right, Mitch and Kelly, I think is there 6 questions in there? Yeah.
Well, they are all mostly from Kelly. She's getting some interaction from the group.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, Yeah, I was just asking, how much, taking back your time would mean for a property manager and what that would allow them to do, how that would benefit their businesses. So I'm looking forward to hearing some answers from our guests.
Yeah, sure. I mean, from property management companies, or you want my input?
Well, we hear frequently that our property managers could always use a little bit more time, and especially when it comes to scaling their businesses. So I'm always curious about how our property managers would better utilize that time. So it does look like we do have some questions in here. Ms. Thomas, how do we control who can book from each channel? They don't use Instant Book currently.
Oh, unfortunately, you would have to work with RedAwning exclusively on all channels and accept Instant Book. Did I answer the question correctly? I'm trying to look for it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Unfortunately, we can't screen guests. So they would have to be able to take instant bookings. Yes. However, a good suggestion would be, if the reason that you're screening guests, is a age requirement or no parties, we can put that out there on the channels that you do not allow anyone under 25 or any parties at your property.
Yeah, she reports they're in a party town, so she'd be concerned about doing that.
Yeah, we do have some property management companies that do need that disclaimer put down, and we will do that for them.
Barb, do you guys offer any like screening, even though it's instant book? Do you guys offer any like screening for guests to kind of avoid that before they get in?
Not that would be more of a Travis question or a Dan question. I don't think so. I think it has to be instant book, and if so, it'd probably be on Airbnb or VRBO that we would offer that.
Yeah.
Dan, you want to jump in on that one?
Yeah, so we do not screen the guests, but we do have, as Barbara mentioned, the ability to put some notes in the listings, as well as provide some best practices on setting up booking lead time and some other parameters that can help minimize that. But all channels that we're on through RedAwning are instant book without a screening process.
Thanks, Dan.
Yeah, thank you.
So there is another question from Tanya Harding. Can you please provide a breakdown of the commission on an average booking? Thanks. Did Dan or Travis, did you want to jump in, or you want me to go ahead and answer that?
You can let Travis jump in, or you, either one is fine.
Yeah, so the commission is typically 10%, and that's going to be taken off of the rent and fees. And then we also typically charge a 3% credit card processing fee. That is somewhat open to negotiation, and if you're talking to Barbara or somebody else in sales, that'll be part of the discussion, but that's the most common setup.
Right. So for example, if your base rate and fees equal $100, I'm just going to keep it simple, that you pushed in $100 from Hostfully with your base rate and your fees, you're going to get $87 back in your Stripe account from us, from that reservation. And what the guest will see is a slightly increased rate because we pay the commissions on your behalf to those channels. So for example, if you were working directly with Expedia or Booking.com, you would be paying anywhere from a 14 to 20%, well, 15 actually, 15 to 20% commission working directly with them and doing all the work. With us, we only charge a 10% plus the 3% credit card processing fee on your base rate and fees that you push through to Hostfully, not on the increased rate that the guest will see. So the guest may see like 115 as the rate. Let's see. So Frederick is asking, I'm just in the process of onboarding with Hostfully on 22 properties. Should I wait before I sign up for Price Labs, Safely, etc.? So you would still want to sign up with Safely, Frederick, because we do not connect directly with Safely. With Price Labs, I don't know. I would need to talk. We may need to talk to Mitch and Hostfully to see which way would be easier, if you're signing up through Price Labs through Hostfully, or if you're signing up through Price Labs independently outside of Hostfully, then you may not need to sign up with them. You can just use our dynamic pricing tool. So you can just reach out to me and we can kind of talk about it a little bit more.
Yeah, I'll also mention on the Safely side of things, if you're doing that for insurance coverage, we did mention in Barbara's presentation that there's a $3,000 damage waiver coverage for each booking. And some of our current clients do use Safely on some of the larger homes to have a higher level of coverage. But they're just reminding in regards to the Safely question that without any additional fees for cost to the property manager, property owners, there is a $3,000 coverage for every stay.
Okay, so Tanya, good question. Will the OTA profiles list RedAwning as a host or co-host? So Tanya, we would be the host, but we would also feature your property too, or your property management company too. So if you are needing your branding, we also put your branding there as well. We used to not do that back in the day, so I knew that question was going to pop up because back in the day it would just say RedAwning, but now we can accommodate your branding. Leroy, are the Price Labs fees included in the special? Yes, it is.
Let's clarify that a little bit. If they're separate from using us directly in our dynamic pricing, which is Price Labs, they're covered. If you're signing up separately with Price Labs, then it's a different situation.
So they should sign up or do Price Labs through you guys. That would be the best.
Yeah, and that generally comes with our exclusive contract, which we're requiring folks to sign in this promotion. And so that means that they would be utilizing our Price Labs account. We would work, our account managers would work with each client to set pricing, minimum rates, seasonality rates, and then let Price Labs do their dynamic pricing based on demand.
Nice. Well,
and I'm sorry, I should have read the rest of his. He was asking, are the Price Labs fees included in this special for exclusivity? So sorry about that. Is your dynamic pricing tool automated? Dan, I think you may have just answered that question. Joey, if we didn't answer that question, let me know.
It's automated with some basic setup work, the best way to say it. Setting minimum price, and we can even set maximum price, which isn't something we usually do. But usually we'll set a minimum price based on client goals, and then let, and even potentially some seasonality minimums, and then let Price Labs do their thing with, lowering and raising prices based on demand in the market.
Okay, Sergio, I am having a hard time envisioning the value of RedAwning with 90% of the bookings coming from 2 major channels and Hostfully having the ability to manage these 2 channels and more. Disclaimer, he or she is new to the game and eager to understand. Great question. And Hostfully and RedAwning is not, the promotion is not going to be for everyone. But let me tell you my thoughts on this. I get this question at least once a day. So you have to look at your business and see what makes more sense for you, right? So if you're, first of all, if you're only bringing in most of your revenue on 2 or more channels, that means to me that you have a great location and that you could expand your business, right? So first of all, you could eliminate your time by working on those 2 channels that you still have to work directly. So even though Hostfully is going to give you a direct connection to those channels, you still have to contract separately with them. You have to answer your inquiries. You're going to have to do the work on all those channels. We can alleviate that work, take it for you, so you'll have more time to go out and buy more properties or focus more on, say, social media, more marketing, whatever that you need to focus more time on. We're here to help you. We also are going to put you on 45 more channels that you wouldn't be able to put on yourself if you had to contract with each one individually. So there's more exposure there. So if you were to grow, then you would be able to, put heads in beds and fill those gaps. Now, however, if you're fine where you're at and you're happy with your business and you're making enough, revenue, and you don't want to grow and you just kind of want to stay where you're at, then we may not be a good fit for you. Or if you don't need help, if you have it, if you have staff you want to solely concentrate on that, then that's fine. But just think about how much are you paying that staff member in a salary to spend all that time on managing those listings on those channels. You know, we just feel and we hear from property management companies, especially now, they just don't have the bandwidth. They don't have the staff to do all of that work, or they want them to concentrate on bigger and better things to get ready for the next trend of traveler that is coming in now, because the baby boomers aren't really traveling anymore. You know, Gen X, like, we're getting old too. You know, so you really got to get, you got to get ready for those millennials. And even though we hate to hear that, those millennials and Gen Zs, they're making more money than we are now. So are you catering to them? Are you getting those travelers in? And what is your staff doing to bring them in? So we just got to kind of reassess how we want our business to be run and how we're marketing and who we're marketing to. And, and put on your seatbelt and get ready for that wild ride.
I think it's also important to point out, if the majority of his bookings are coming on 2 channels, I'd ask the question, how many other channels are you on, to be able to provide some context to where business is coming from. But I like to use the analogy, when you're watching television, if you're watching NBC, you're going to see all the NBC ads. But what you're not going to, what the people that aren't going to see it are the people that are not watching NBC. And right, how many channels are there out there to choose to watch television on? By utilizing us and our platform, it puts you on every TV channel, which gives you 100% visibility. So you may get a higher percentage of your bookings from certain channels, 2, 3 major channels. But when we look at our portfolio and where all of the bookings are coming from, they're spread out across a lot of different channels, not to the 90% level, but there's definitely a uptick in business for our clients outside of the major channels, due to visibility, 100% visibility in the space.
Very well said, you guys.
That's all the questions that
we got one more from Sunny, it looks like.
Do you collect and pay sales and transient taxes on our behalf, or are they passed on to us for us to pay? Another good question, Sunny. So we do abide by the rules of Airbnb. So if you are in a county or in an area that Airbnb does pay the taxes, then we do abide by that, and Airbnb will pay the taxes. But for all other channels, they are sent to you. They're passed on to you to pay. Travis, did I say that correctly, or did you want to add anything there? I know that's more your realm.
Yeah, that's correct. The other channel that does that is TripAdvisor, just FYI. But only those 2. All other channels, we would remit tax to the property manager.
Okay, I didn't know that TripAdvisor did, so that's good to know.
To add to that, in our dashboard, there is a tax report. So it's very easy to click in and see by reservation what taxes were collected and what taxes were paid by the channels that pay the taxes directly. And then the ones that don't pay the taxes directly, the field of taxes paid would be 0, but the field of taxes collected would show the amount of tax that was collected and remitted to you, so that you do have a way to check and balance your taxes owed.
And the last question, Kimberly Thomas. Travis, I'm going to need your help on this one a little bit. How do you handle RedAwning's online reputation and reviews, guest facing, and do guests see it as RedAwning listing as they are booking? So at the second question, they'll see it as RedAwning and as your property. The first one, about the reviews, how do we handle reviews now? I wasn't too sure. I know we answer the reviews, but I wasn't too sure, Travis.
Yeah, we do solicit reviews from guests, so do the channels. So we prefer for the guests to review you on the channel, because that's going to help your search ranking and things like that. Obviously, especially if it's a positive review. We also will review guests for you on your behalf as long as they're leaving positive reviews. So, depending on the channel, we also will review the guests for you. So we typically give 5 stars on the channels. But if you do get a negative review, we will ask you to write up a response to it, and then we'll post that response for you to that review. And we do need to do that within 14 days. So it's a not a time crunch, but you got to make sure you do that quickly. In terms of our company's reputation, which I see you had a follow-up there, I believe we just respond to everything on those sites and try to explain how, whatever the issue is, that we'll do better, or if it's a very specific issue, we may reach out to that guest and see what we can do to ease whatever issue it was happened to them.
So online, the Better Business Bureau that you used as an example, like RedAwning as a company, unfortunately, it's hard to control that because that could be guests that saw our name on a reservation, and it could be a horrible PM or horrible experience that used to be with RedAwning, or they checked into a unit that was, not above average, let's say, and they just put a review on the Better Business Bureau under RedAwning. So when you look at the Better Business Bureau under RedAwning, the majority of those are guest facing. There's not much that we can do on that side. And it seems like the Better Business Bureau is also taking reviews in a weird way too. So we are looking at that. I'm sure all companies are looking at that, that are like us, using third party. So yeah, we are looking into that. There's not much that we can do when a guest does do that. That's not a reflection on RedAwning. It's a reflection on the guests and actually a property management's unit.
But they are being reviewed and responded to, and as needed, reached out to for a more clear resolution that satisfies the guest or the host if there's depending on who leaves the review.
And I
Awesome.
think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, that was some great questions from the group. Thank you guys for asking those. I learned something myself too, so that's always a good day.
Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned too, with the promotion we got going, we'll be sending some emails after this to everyone. If you want to talk about it, Kelly will be here. We'll have Barb, Dan's, all the people at RedAwning, their contacts. And we'll send you guys the recording as well, the slides, if you want to take a look at this again. And we're happy to answer any more questions too. But again, thank you so much for joining us here. Thank you to the RedAwning team. This has been super informative, and we appreciate you guys. But with that, I will wave goodbye to everyone and hopefully see everyone next week on another great webinar presented by Hostfully.
Thank you, Mitch.
Thanks for having
Thank
us.
you, Kelly. Thank you to all the attendees.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.